Are you overwhelmed trying to scale your outbound messaging without sounding bland and generic? Use our manual to scale loop framework to get messaging that works. Start by writing the best one-to-one message you can to a specific person at a specific company. Don't constrain yourself here. Be as creative and relevant as possible. Let's say I've crafted the perfect message to Kendall Roy. Next, start editing that message to work for different people at the same company. Let's say Shiv Roy. You'll notice a few areas where the message breaks. This is a good thing. Lastly, edit the same message for a completely different company and a completely different person altogether. You'll find even more places where your message breaks. Name and company name are obvious points of personalization, but relatively easy to scale. Using industry, technographic data, news, intent signals, those are much more challenging. The areas where your message breaks then becomes the blueprint for how you can scale. Take each part of your message that breaks and map it to a variable or merge tag in your database. Generally speaking, there are 3 flavors of merge tags you can utilize: replace, proxy, and insight. Replace is the most common and pretty straightforward. Swapping out people names, company names, URLs, or other one-to-one information requires relatively limited normalization. Proxy is where you make a hop from the raw data to the dynamic snippet. For example, you might have employee headcount data that you can use as a proxy for whether a company is large or small. Or if you know the company's industry, you can use that as a proxy for which reference customers to showcase. The last flavor is insights. These are the most complex, but allow you to get highly impactful messaging at scale. This is where you're using multiple data points that you know about a person or a company and drawing conclusions about the organization. For example, if a SaaS company has 15 enablement people, uses Salesforce, but doesn't offer pricing on their website, we can infer that this company's sales motion is probably selling to enterprises. The intersection of these data points produces a true insight, much like what a human would do after analyzing this data. Once you fill in all this data, you'll have a great message like the one you wrote to a single person, ready to send to hundreds or maybe thousands of prospects with the click of a button. This data becomes the foundation for your outbound motion and allows you to take what your best sellers are already doing and make it work at scale.
There's some good merch out.